Hello, everybody. My name is Michaela Matuzik, and I am a senior at Troy University. I'm studying English, Spanish, and leadership. I'm still trying to codify my overall leadership philosophy, and to that end, I would like to explore with you this evening some of the advantages of a very practical application of leadership, of servant leadership philosophy, which is advocacy. At its simplest form, advocacy is anything that a leader may do to improve the experiences or circumstances of those around them. Therefore, if leadership is the art and science of influencing positive transformations in people, organizations, and societies, advocacy may be the tool used to effect that change. Advocacy is a great expression of the difference between management and leadership. It also creates benefit at the individual level and organizational level. Additionally, advocacy creates the opportunity for synergy, a phenomenon where the benefits I just mentioned present in a multiplicative rather than simply additive way. Even though I have been a manager for many years, I hope to develop my skills at advocacy to help me become a better leader to those around me in the future. First, let's discuss the difference between a manager and a leader and how advocacy can express that difference. I firmly believe that the difference between managers and leaders starts with a conscious decision to assume a mantle of power and responsibility. Advocacy signals that choice in no uncertain terms and helps the leader to solidify his or her position by not only increasing the leader's confidence, because sometimes it's just easier to stand up for someone else than it is to stand up for yourself, but also by indicating to those around them that he or she is willing to accept responsibility for change and consequence. It also immediately promotes better communication between the leader and the follower, thus providing better, fuller, and more complete access to good information. This is the beginning of advocacy's benefit at an individual level. The flip side of this individual coin is advocacy's benefit to the follower. Maslow's hierarchy of needs indicates that people respond better to and perform better for leaders who make them feel heard and feel valued. If as a leader you actively seek to improve the circumstances of your followers, you create in them a sense of engagement, which means they are really, really paying attention, and a sense of commitment, which means they are really, really going to stick with you. I mentioned before that advocacy works at multiple levels. While it increases personal well-being and esteem on the individual level, it also promotes productivity at the organizational level. Imagine encouraging a team member or two to respond in very productive and creative ways. Imagine what they could do. Now imagine an organization that is led by someone who actively engages all of the team members, encourages all of them to respond proactively and creatively, who addresses concerns fairly, who shares information freely, and who overall improves the experiences of everyone involved. Imagine what that team can do. This brings us to our third idea, which is synergy. In chemical terms, synergy is the idea that two or more elements combined will release more energy than would normally be expected. You get a bigger boom. On a human scale, synergy really means that the contributions of each individual combine to create something far greater than absolutely we could expect. Basically, increased productivity from one team member combined with increased productivity from another team member promotes exponential growth and benefit for the organization at large. To sum all of that up, I think that advocacy is a powerful tool, particularly for servant leaders, primarily because it can help us define the difference between management and leadership, because it creates benefit at multiple levels, individual and organizational, and because these benefits may present in a synergistic way and be far greater than anticipated. I intend in the future to let advocacy inform as many of my decisions as a leader as possible, and I hope that you will consider doing the same. Thank you so much for your time and attention, and have a good night.